Your teacher today is Dr. Bosa, Science. Dr. Bosa is a teacher at the Science Foundation College, the best school that teaches sciences. Today, we are going to study geography, UACE 250, paper 2, agricultural practices in the world. Lesson 8 of 8, fishing industry. Commercial fishing involves all activities that are concerned with growing, catching, processing, or transporting fish, either as a hobby or as an economic activity. Fishing industry in selected countries. Norway. Fishing is carried out in the North Sea. Major fish species caught are herrings, sardines, cod, haddock, and mackerel. Major ports handling fish include Banjin, Stavanger, Bodo, and so on. Ghana. Fishing is carried out at Atlantic coast and inland water bodies. The major ports include Tema, Sekondi, Tekoladi, Accra, and so on. The major species of fish include tuna, sardine, cod, snapper, and so on. Peru is found on the western part of the South America continent along Pacific coast. It is the leading producer of fish in the tropical America. The major fish species include herring, shellfish, sardine, tuna, and so on. The method of fishing used are drifting, long line, and so on. Fishing ports are Chimbote, Vengeta, Atiko, and so on. Major fishing ground are Pacific Ocean and inland water bodies. In Sweden, the fishing grounds are Baltic Sea, North Sea, Norwegian Sea, and so on. Lakes include Vänern, Vättern, and so on. Fish type include salmon, trout, pike, cod, and so on. Ports are Gothenburg, Malmö, Stockholm, and so on. Fishing methods are drifting, trawling, and so on. In Angola, fishing grounds are Atlantic Ocean. Rivers are Kubango, Kuwado, Kwaza, and so on. Ports are Luanda, Lobito, Banguera, Namibia, and so on. Fish species include tuna, ocean perch, pilchard, stockfish, and so on. China is found on the eastern part of Asian continent. Fishing grounds are Northwest Pacific, East China Sea, Yellow Sea, South China Sea, and so on. The rivers include Yangtze River, Yellow River, Tarim River, and so on. The fish types caught are silver carp, salmons, cods, herrings, sardines, and so on. Fishing methods are toweling, drifting, and so on. Major fish spots are Haku, Gunzu, Nanjing, and so on. In Namibia, fishing ground is located southeast of Atlantic Ocean. The main fish species caught are haddock, sardine, mackerel, pilchard, tuna, and so on. The main ports are Walvis Bay, Swakopmund. In Japan, the fishing ports are Yokohama, Nagaya, Nagasaki. The fishing grounds are located in the Northwest Pacific. Fishing is largely carried out in the Sea of Japan, Yellow Sea, and so on. The major fish species caught include tuna, bonito, sardine, herring, mackerel, salmon, whales, and so on. In Chile, fishing is carried out at the Atlantic coast and inland water bodies. The major ports include Arica, Aquincui. The major species of fish include mackerel, sardine, herring, and so on. Factors that favor fishing industry. Physical factors. Presence of commercial fish species such as cod, mackerel, and so on. Presence of folded coastline with hundreds of offshore islands that harbor fish. Poor soils that limit as agricultural activities. Rivers that transport nutrients into the sea to promote growth of phytoplankton. For example, in Norway. The cool climate that makes it easier to preserve fish. Presence of smooth sea flow that enables use of trawlers net as free conditions along the fishing ports to ensure fishing throughout the year. Presence of forests which provide wood for making boats, ship, and for smoking fish. Human factors that favor fishing industry. Engineering of better processing, preservation, and storage of fish. Experience in fishing developed over years. Supportive government policies that encourage investment in the fishing industry. Political stability that encourage long-term investment in the fishing industry. Local and international market for fish. Research to develop good variety of fish. Formation of cooperatives that assist in procurement of fishing inputs and marketing of fish. The use of modern fishing methods such as trawler, drifters, long line, and so on. Presence of capital to invest in fishing industry. Presence of skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled labor in catching fish, processing, transportation, and marketing of fish. Transport network that helps in transportation and distribution of fish to the market. Positive contributions of fishing industry: provide fish to their people. Fish and fish wastes are used as raw materials for some industries. For example, fish canning industries provide employment opportunities for people during fishing, in processing industry, and trade. Provide revenue to the government through taxes. Provide foreign exchange earnings through export of fish and fish products. Encourages development of tourist industry. Leads to economic diversification in a country. Promotes development of transport facilities such as railway lines and so on. Encourages development of social services such as health centers, schools, piped water, and so on. Encourages research and education on fish species, breeding habits, and so on. Leads to improvement of local technology. Fishing has led to acquisition of skills of operating machines, packing, making animal feeds, and so on. Fish is a source of medicine, for example, cod liver oil. Fishing promotes agricultural development through provision of fertilizers and animal feeds. Negative contributions of fishing industry: pollution from fish processing industry, leads to development of urban centers and their associated problems such as high crime rates and so on. Leads to conflicts between fishing nations with shared fishing grounds. Fishing may lead to accidents on water, leading to loss of life and property. Fishing encourages robbery on water. It encourages repatriation of profits, leading to loss of government revenue. Causes depletion of forests. Unemployment resulting from mechanization of fishing operation. Overfishing leads to depletion of water resources. Factors that limit development of fishing industry in the main freshwater bodies of Africa. Low technology. For instance, using elementary tools like hooks, arrows, basket traps, and so on. Indiscriminate fishing methods leading to depletion of stock from lakes such as Lake Victoria. Fish poisoning or electrocution on Lake Victoria, leading to depletion of fish. Poor fish preservation methods like sun drying, smoking, leading to low income. Limited research to develop fishing activities. Lack of big fishing vessels limits deep fishing. Poor transport facilities from fishing ports to the market. Hot tropic climate affects both fish preservation as well as growth of plankton. Africa has a great potential for agricultural activities due to fertile soils and reliable rainfall, thus putting less emphasis on fishing. limited numbers of commercial fish species such as cod, tuna, and so on. Political instabilities in some countries like Liberia, Algeria, Somalia limit fishing activities. Limited capital. Limited skilled labor in most countries like Liberia, Ivory Coast. Competition from developed fishing nations such as Norway and Japan. Waterfalls, rapids, rocks along rivers like River Congo limit using of boats. Problems affecting fishing in tropical Africa and other developing countries. Limited continental shelf along most countries like Mozambique. Hot tropic climate affects both fish preservation as well as growth of planktons. Limited indented coastlines limit development of fishing ports in most countries like Ivory Coast and Cameroon. Limited offshore islands limits deep sea fishing, for example, along Liberia, Sierra Leone, and so on. Presence of coral reefs along the eastern coastline affecting fishing industry in Kenya and Mozambique. Africa has great potential for agricultural activities due to fertile soils and reliable rainfall, limiting the need for fishing activities. Steep escarpment along Rift Valley lakes. Other factors: political instabilities in most countries like Somalia limit fishing activities. Limited capital to invest in fishing industries. Poor transport facilities from ports to market centers. Poor preservation methods such as salting, smoking, and so on. Poor and small fish vessels such as boats limit deep fishing. Poor fishing methods like hooks, basket traps used in Congo, Liberia, and Ghana. Limited skilled labor in most countries like Ivory Coast and Liberia. Weak government policies that encourage fish smuggling, overfishing, indiscriminate fishing, and so on. Limited research to develop fishing activities. Competition from developed fishing nations such as Norway and Japan. Waterfalls, rapids, rocks along rivers like River Congo and Nile limit use of boats. Invasion of water icing on fishing grounds, for example, Lake Victoria, Lake Choga, and so on. Domination of foreign fishing companies leading to profit repatriation. Overfishing leading to decline in the quantity of fish stock. Pollution of water leading to death of aquatic life. Competition from other sectors, for example, agriculture, mining, and so on, for labor. High rates of accidents scare away labor. Effect of cultural beliefs whereby some tribal groups don't eat fish or certain species. Territorial conflicts, especially on shared water bodies. Pirates or robberies on water bodies scare off fishermen.